Hello, everyone. In this video, I want to talk just a little bit about the economy, uh, some action we've seen in gold and some of the ways we can take advantage of that. There's a few other charts I want to look at. Got a nice rising wedge that we haven't talked about yet. And there's a few other names, like the gold names and stuff that, we should cover. Um, But we talk about the economy a little bit in the Discord, but we definitely don't come in there. None of us are trying to act like economists or anything, but we know what's going on. We have enough economists doing reports that reading and just reading it and listening to everybody's different opinions of what's going on can actually is very beneficial to us. So I'm just going over some stuff tonight, and like I say, I'm definitely not an economist, but just want to go over some things. So 75% of the Fortune 500 CEOs said this month that they are bracing for a recession. So let's go over the definition of an actual recession. Is a period of temporary economic decline which trade and industrial activity are reduced, generally identified by a fall in GPD in two consecutive sessions. Uh, so we're seeing some stuff. So what are some of the things that we we should see during a recession? Well, employees get let go, consumer spending decreases, stock market goes down, harder to borrow due to rate increases. Actually, see companies go out of business. Revlon, we just seen Revlon go down. We had Elon Musk come out and talk about letting employees go. Stitch Fix talk about letting employees go. We talked, Microsoft, all these big companies, Union Pacific, all these big companies, even Union Pacific, old money, but it's railroad. Um, all these companies are coming out with all this bearish news, and so that's a bad look for growth. Um, kind of giving us an idea. So two consecutive sessions or quarters. Well, quarter one of 2022, the American economy shrank by 1.5%. Quarter two is over June 30th. July 1st starts a new quarter. So we're right here. We're seeing all this stuff already, and we're right here at the threshold of a new quarter. So we could be, I'm not saying the White House will announce this due to an election. And I also really believe that the White House, you know, may try to pull some strings to try to slow the recession down. Um, I'm not saying that it's even stoppable. The printing of the money and all that. Not saying it's even stoppable, but they can slow it down, and so they can maybe get through the election before. So maybe 6 to 12 months, 18 months, we may see we're in a recession, but we're seeing these things right now, and we're right here on the threshold. So let's just say that the White House don't, whether they do or whether they don't, we're going to definitely have economists coming out saying this. So we could be on the threshold of a big, larger market pullback. Read one economist that very hawkish, very very hawkish, but he said that we could pull back another 17%. That's a SPY pulling back another 17%. Now, some of these names that have been beat down 80 and 75, 80%, some a little more. How much more can they get pulled back and still survive? Already struggling to borrow money. Some of these companies really need to do offerings, and they're just unable to do these kind of things that they need to do to raise money, and for it to still be beneficial to them. So, we're possibly going to be see companies going out of business. Um, Things could still get a lot worse. We working with a lot of new traders. I've always heard about how lucky I was to be able to trade through COVID, not being able to be able to trade through COVID, but being a trader and understanding the market through COVID. So we basically, is what I'm trying to say is, what you do now. We talked about this with the crypto and how to add a crypto. Very tactical. Only buy red, very red. way you can average down with your money, make the most of your money if you're dealing with a long-term hold. If you're because like for me myself, my crypto is a 10-year plan. So if you have a 10-year plan, that's a way to go. If you're day trading, of course, you won't be holding it to be adding to it. So I just added to some Ethereum in an account that I haven't even added to since last June when it was like 22 because it was above that the whole time. And I'm only looking to the long-term plan. I'm only looking to add to my crypto when it's cheaper than the last time, or even better if it's cheaper than my average. So that's just some things to look at. I do want to go over some gold names, but before I do, I want to take 1 minute, and let's talk a little bit about some of the dark pools that have been very helpful to us to trade and helping us with the mindset. No seriously big orders, but we'll still cover some of our names that we watch, some of the tech names, which is where we're looking for shorts right now. So we had Meta. Meta had another 375 million and dark pools. Now this is just two orders. Microsoft had another, on average, about another 180 million. These numbers are not perfect; they're close, but they're not perfect. On average, another 180 million. Now that's after, Friday morning we were talking about from Thursday afternoon that was over a billion. I think it was a billion and 34 million or something like that. So that's on top of that, plus whatever it picked up, you know, uh, Friday itself. Now, these could be them trying to buy in, so we got to watch our morning price action. Amazon, 280 million. That's another decent number. It's not unheard of with these names. They get quite a bit of flow. So that's on top of everything else. Or are they buying back in? We'll have to see that price action in the morning. That'll help us decide. I do want to point out that I seen for a gold name GDXJ, I seen 53 million come in. That's unusual. 80 million for AMD average. About 60 for Nvidia, about 100 for Apple. These are just average numbers, but so we need to look at these names in the morning. They're some of our our highly traded names that we trade a lot. We trade every day. They're on the radar every day. So that just gives us a look to see where, these may be going. Let's see what that price action is doing in the morning. Keep an open mind. Definitely got to keep an open mind. There's a SPY chart in here, a couple SPY charts that are not my daily charts that I'm showing. So a couple other things we want to point out. But this is gold mining, and you can a lot of times gold miners pay better than some actual gold names. So we're going to take a look at a few gold miners, but this is a nice candle. Very ugly rounded top here. Very ugly. Looks like we're going into another downtrend. Then this candle popped up. Thursday didn't get no love, but Friday that big candle popped up there. So we're definitely going to be watching some gold names. They're kind of ugly, but we're gonna we may be able to make some money on them. It's AM. This is a gold miner. Nice candle, not on big volume, but nice candle. MACD looks good. AAL. Uh, so this broke below support, which is now resistance. Um, the airlines are trying, and the cruise lines as well. They're trying to paint this rosy picture of how things are. People are getting ready to return to traveling, and they can handle the fuel prices, and everything's just going to be just fine. And this bright sunny day ahead. And I personally don't see it. I don't believe people have extra money and I think things are just going to get worse. I think things are just getting started and they're going to get worse. And I don't think people are going to have as much money as people are thinking. I mean, we're seeing savings as low as, very low people. So basically, people have no money saved up. So there's just no cushions as it is. You don't really take vacations if you don't have cushions. At least most, adult people don't. So AU, this is another miner. We're down here, pull way back, and you can see this candle. The buyers come in and push this price action right back up. A nice strong candle. So when you see a candle get pulled back like that, and then you know completely fill, that's a very nice candle. Very nice bullish engulfing. So we got gap down below. We opened up below this candle and was able, the buyers come in and took it all the way back up, back above the major moving averages. Let's see where we open tomorrow morning. Um, Not a super liquid name, but have traded it. Dollar General. This is still a nice chart. Pulled back to the 9. This is the kind of store that people expect, expect to do good during a recession. So this is still worth keeping an eye on. Watch this resistance right here. You can see this candle felt it. This candle, if we do push up, that is definitely an area we need to watch. I think it's a little pricey for a stock. The Dollar Tree, the Dollar Tree doesn't look quite as good. Starting to see the MACD roll, and we did get below this support level, which is now resistance. The 9 and 20s above us. It's worth keeping an eye on. Maybe to get a put play off from it. We'll see. Dash. I don't mention Dash much, but they started adding. Remember, we had the report was announced right in the trading room. It was one of the articles I read off, live. But they are adding charges to their for the deliveries and basically everything. Fuel. So they're having to charge more money for things. So I just don't think it's good for the company. I think if we breach this right here, we look for the bottom of these candles for support. If we can take that out, so we're trading in a little wedge here. You can see the price coiling, and coming to a downtrend. We did take the downtrend out, tried to push up, come back, tested this support, pushed up with that little rally that we just had, chopped around, followed the price action of, you can see this in a lot of other stocks and right back down to the support level. So I do believe if we take the support out, watch the low of these candles right here. And I do believe this is heading for a new low. FNV, this made a nice move Friday. Very strong candle. Once again, just got, gap down and they were able to push the bulls come in. They were able to push the price back up. So we're testing. You can see we pull back from it. See where we open tomorrow. It's a gold name. They could definitely come for it. You're seeing relative strength. You have some momentum. Um, have decent volume come into it Friday. So there's a chance that that could push up. GDX, still nice bullish engulfing candle here. MACD's trying to cross, um, showing relative strength. Volume Friday. So that's one that we can watch. That's one of the ones we've seen some dark pools coming into. GLD, here we go. Huge bullish engulfing candle. This is the one that got most of the dark pool flow that put gold onto our radar. Look at the volume. Your average volume for where we have been. Look at it for Friday. So we got expanding volume coming in, our relative volume coming in. You got momentum. You got your 50-day up here, so that's resistance for now. Watch the 50 for resistance. Staying inside the Bollinger Bands for now. K and B, this was that nice price. We ended up getting the downtrend here. The the the, uh, the downtrend break play went up, got that big earnings report, so that would have worked out with a nice play. But it's been wedging, and inside this wedge, it's got a rounded top right at support. So it's been in a downtrend here and found support here. Price rolled over with a nice rounded top right there. We've caught a lot of short plays off this exact setup right here. So let's see if maybe if we can catch another one. KMB can be considered like a value name, but it's just not holding its gains, not doing anything. Since this move here, it's just not been able to hold that since the earnings and all. It's done filled the gap. So we filled the gap normally when you come and fill a gap, 81% of the time. I have to recheck that number. It's 81. I believe it's 81% of the time or 88% of the time. That's Thomas Bukowski's from one of his surveys. That gap filled, you get the rejection, then come back, test, and you know pull back. So this could be just a simple gap fill, retest, formed a rounded top, breach, and pull back. So KMB is worth watching for the short side. I believe it has more short side. KISS, so many buyout rumors. I'm personally not interested into it. If you've made money on this play on any of the call outs, the volume pop call outs that we get, Congratulations. I've not played it. It's just a lot of drama behind it. So many people. Me and Pete were talking about how many people have actually come in and tried to buy this company, and they have not sold yet. So I'm just not interested in playing it. IV's probably going to be crazy. NEM, this is another one. It's a minor. So you had this rounded top form here, you would expect it to go down. But that attention come into the gold names. We seen the dark pool, got the alerts. So this started to push. And this is a gold miner, so this is playable. When it comes to these, I'm not saying this is the best setup. I would prefer to be above all my moving averages, so see where it opens up in the morning, to make your decision. Also look at your liquidity, see who's got the liquidity behind it. Um, the new core, we talked about steel names. We were turning bearish on steel names, I believe, in last Sunday's video. And you can see it's because we had just breached below this 9 here. And as you can see, we come back up, retested this channel, and pull back. And I believe that was Sunday's video. We said we were bearish on steel names, metal names. This is the rising wedge I mentioned. Come in, basically filled this gap here. Doesn't look like it's perfect, but basically we pretty much filled the gap. Got the rejection. The rejection pushed us right out of this falling wedge here. We opened below the 20 and continue to push down. Just bearish on the stock, just a lot of bad reports, a lot of FUD, and for some reason even when it does get good news, it just doesn't get any love. It's not able to hold any pops. So this pop on this rising wedge where it went into this uptrend trying to push up, you know, um, things to look for. See if it will close below your previous, one of your previous highs here. See if we can start putting in uh, lower highs, turns into lower lows, and we go into a downtrend. Look for the bottom of the wedge here. Could be first. I would look for probably this area for support. Then you look for the bottom of your wedge. Then we have the MACD rolling over, following the market as in relative strength. Remember, we're looking for leaders. We're looking for stuff that's going to outperform the market to the upside or the downside. Being option traders, we can trade it either way. SARC, I meant to put this in I actually thought I did, and then I found it and mixed in with the banks. But this actually shorts ARC. This is a nice looking chart here. So you got this price wedge right through here. I should have had it drawn. Um, you got a price wedge right through here. You can draw a trend line right there, and this gap right up basically is starting a new trend. It took that trend out, reached that trend on volume. Nice MACD, volume, momentum, relative strength. So look at what the market was doing. This is the S&P 500. Look at what the market was doing Friday. This is showing relative strength back above all the major moving averages. We have volume, we have momentum, we have relative strength. That looks like a go. See what it does tomorrow. This is the SPY 1 hour chart. This is a chart that it's in my market list. I don't do. It just doesn't get shown much, and I just wanted to show you guys. So this is a 1 month, 1 hour chart, and you can see. Look at this bullish or bearish volume that come into the market on that last hour Friday. So 384.54 is our low. That's to be considered to be in a downtrend. We need to put in a new low. So that's what we're looking to do is come down, put in a new low um, below all the major moving averages here on the 1 hour. You can see we were able to push up that oversold rally. We started to chop around, and this is, I kept pointing out in the trade ideas video that if we didn't break out of this area, that we were going to go down. Let me explain this chart. I know it's messy. This is a chart that, like I say, it's just something that I like to do for myself, and I just figured I would share it. So this is the SPY right here. This is the SPY, and this is the VIX. This is just a line chart, a price comparison of the VIX. And I just always, every time we got a little dip, I always drew lines down to see how the VIX is reacting, and you can see. But you can also see right here, we pushed up. I haven't drawn the areas yet, but we pushed up there, and you can see we're starting to get this divergence in the VIX and the SPY. So I just wanted to point out, we took this big move down. The VIX we could get a big move in the VIX coming up, and I would not be surprised if the VIX didn't shoot up. Um, at this point, if it was to catch up, so there wasn't a divergence, we quite wouldn't hit the 35 here. We would still be a little lower, but if we go below this, we could see the VIX go above 35. There's been a lot of resistance on that chart, and maybe we'll try to go over that chart a little better in one of the trade ideas that's in there, and we'll zoom some time into it and take an actual really good look at some of the areas. The 35 has been a huge area for it. This is the TBT. I went over this earlier. I just want to make sure you guys are seeing this. We could see some serious selling off on the bonds this week. We know we watched the TLT and the trade ideas video. This is a way to go bullish on, when the bond market's pulling back. This is a inverse short ETF. Really nice asset. You have a really nice, if you can draw a line across here, it's exactly what we did in the other chart. Draw a line across here, and you got a little base here. It's put in a little cup. A cup is a base. Decent volume Friday, relative strength. Trying to show some momentum here. I'd like to see that mouth open up and see some bigger histogram bars coming in. And that concludes our video. I hope everybody has a good day. I hope to see you in a trading room. Sorry that the video is so late getting out. It's been an incredibly busy day. I hope you guys can still get the opportunity to watch this tonight, uh, or at least early in pre-market, so you just kind of see what I'm thinking right now. Have a good day. See you in the trading room. Hope you've had a great weekend. It's time to get back to work tomorrow, guys.